So very good afternoon, good morning friends. Again we are into the continuation of our yesterday's lecture. Some very important parameters of the aquifer. Okay, we have discussed about the aquifer. We have tried to understood what is the meaning of the aquifer. तो ये जो एक्वीफर है ये एक्वीफर के इसको हम पैथोलॉजी बोलेंगे, पैथोलॉजिकल रिपोर्ट जैसे रहते हैं वैसे एक्वीफर को डिस्क्राइब करने वाले, एक्वीफर की क्वालिटी बताने वाले कुछ उसके जो घटक है, कुछ जो पैरामीटर्स है उनको एक्वीफर पैरामीटर्स करके बोलते हैं। क्योंकि हमने देखा है कि एक्वीफर की मेन प्रॉपर्टी क्या है कि वो स्टोरिंग ऑफ द वाटर एंड ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ द वाटर। नहीं तो बहुत सारे हैं, हमने एक्वीक्ल्यूड देखा, एक्वाटार्ड देखा, पर्च्ड एक्वीफर और पर्च्ड वाटर सप्लाई देखा। तो इनमें पानी रहता है लेकिन वो they could not supply the water, they could not transfer the water, but the aquifer are other, that is the confined and the unconfined. They have the property to store the water and they have the property to transfer the water from one place to another due to the pressure flow as well as due to the gravitational flow, है ना। क्योंकि ग्रेविटेशनल फ्लो तो अर्थ पे सबको ही लागू होता है, लेकिन उसके साथ में पानी का प्रेशर फ्लो भी रहता है। तो ऐसा जो है वो उसको हम एक्वीफर करके बोलते हैं। तो ऐसे एक्वीफर को पहचान दिलाने वाले, उनकी माहिती दिलाने वाले जो भी फैक्टर्स है, जो भी पैरामीटर है उनको बोलते हैं एक्वीफर पैरामीटर्स। दे आर द पोरोसिटी, स्पेसिफिक यील्ड, स्टोरेज कोएफिशिएंट, परमिएबिलिटी एंड ट्रांसमिसिबिलिटी। रिगार्डिंग पोरोसिटी, you all are aware about this term. It is the volume of the pore space or the voids divided by the volume of the formation. The volume of the pore space is being denoted by capital V subscript small v, and the volume of the formation is denoted by V. What are these things then? As we know, the aquifers are nothing but, or aquifers are made up of the soil formation. Aquifers are the result of the soil formation. Okay, and the soils has got the soil grain as well as the soil voids or soil pores, and the soil pore holds the water as well as it holds the air. Okay, so the volume of the pores in the soil, the volume which we can call it as a pore space, or you can call it as the volume of the voids, is denoted by the V subscript V, capital V subscript V, and the total volume of the aquifer formation. The total volume of the aquifer formation is denoted by capital V. Okay, to understand the concept of the volume of the aquifer, because to our imagination we can extend that the aquifers are very big. Their length can be very large, maybe length may be in kilometers, their width may be in meters, kilometers, their depth may be in meters, may not be in kilometers, but their depth may be 50 meter, 100 meters depth. So you can understand how much large will be the volume of the aquifer or volume of the formation. And in this large volume of the formation, that is the aquifer formation, which is made up of the soil, and the soil is always made up of the soil grains, soil particles, and the voids or the pore space. So therefore this porosity concept is very important, which is denoted by small n. Okay, so I think you have understood the concept of porosity and its significance as related to aquifer. क्योंकि हम पोरोसिटी वगैरह कहाँ पढ़ चुके हैं, हम तो जियो टेक्निकल इंजीनियरिंग में जरूर पढ़ चुके हैं, और वहां पे हमें मालूम है कि हम उस समय हमारे सामने सॉइल सैंपल रहता है, तो सॉइल पल का पोरोसिटी उस वक्त हमने पढ़ा है, लेकिन रिलेटेड टू आवर एक्वीफर the sample is very large. Its length, breadth, and depth. So its volume will be in thousands of cubic meters, maybe in lakhs of cubic meters. तो उसका वॉल्यूम और voids का वॉल्यूम या voids का वॉल्यूम divided by the total volume of the formation of the aquifer, maybe a confined aquifer, maybe a unconfined aquifer, is called as the porosity. Okay, the original porosity of the material means undisturbed when the formation is formed due to geological movement, geological activity. Then that will have the original porosity, we can call, is that which existed at the time of material was formed. And the secondary porosity means in due course of the time. You have learnt in your geology that lot of the erosion takes place, lot of the atmospheric agents like the wind, air, rainfall, sunlight acts on the earth's surface. So therefore, whatever original material formed gets converted due to the continuous erosion or the deterioration, and the porosity changes. Therefore, it is called as the secondary porosity. Results from fractures and solution channels, means again flow of the water. Then friends, we are coming into a very important concept, because all these parameters are some way or other correlated with each other. And as I have told you and also given in your notes at the beginning, I always give you the questions which appeared in the university exam. So there you will find some small numericals on this. So numericals are also asked on this porosity, specific yield. Then we will be learning the specific retention. Then we will be learning transmissivity, another parameter of the aquifer. All these are somewhere or other correlated, and some numericals are there on this. So therefore try to understand, and they are very simple. I tried to explain you what is the porosity. That is the volume of the voids, volume of the pores divided by the total volume of the aquifer. Again, length, breadth, depth, because the numericals are there. At that time you should be try to understand how to find out the volume of the aquifer. Now the specific yield, very simple, or it is also called as the effective porosity. We know friends that the aquifer holds water. It has got the pores. As it has got the pores or the voids, and the water percolates or infiltrates into it, rainwater again. Therefore the water is stored in the aquifer, maybe a confined, maybe a unconfined aquifer. And also we have seen the other property of the aquifer is that this aquifer can or should easily supply the water. It should easily transfer the water. It should easily transmit the water by the property of permeability. Okay, permeability means it transfers the water, it transmits the water from one place to another. So the specific yield or the effective porosity, it is denoted by SY, S subscript Y of an aquifer, is the ratio of the volume of the water which will drain freely from the aquifer material. Okay, it is the ratio, very simple. It is the ratio of the volume of water which drains freely or which can be supplied freely from the aquifer material or from the aquifer formation, divided by volume of the formation, that is volume of the aquifer or the aquifer mass. So yield, the meaning of yield is again the easy supply of the water. We have earlier seen as concerned to reservoir, yield of the reservoir or yield from the rainfall, mass curve, etc. There we try to understand the meaning of the yield. Yield means the easily availability or easy supply of the water with reference to our subject. Yield can be applied anywhere. In agriculture also we say the yield of the crop. Okay, so the yeast, the specific retention or the specific yield, very sorry, specific yield or the effective porosity is the ratio of the volume of the water which can be easily or freely drained, freely taken out from the aquifer material divided by volume of the formation or volume of the total aquifer mass. So again we know that the symbol for the volume of the aquifer is the capital V, and the water that is easily drained out, the volume of the water that can be easily taken out by the pressure and also by the gravity. I'm using some words repeatedly. So they are mean there to have a specific meaning with respect to the easy availability of water. So the Wy is nothing but the volume of the water which can be easily supplied from the aquifer either by pressure, because the confined aquifer is related to pressure and the unconfined aquifer is related to the atmospheric pressure or by gravity, and also confined aquifer supplies the water by gravity plus pressure. So friends, I think you must have understood the meaning of the specific yield. So Wy is the volume of the water drained, released from the soil or rock mass of the aquifer by the force of gravity as well as by pressure, and V is the total volume of the aquifer mass. The specific yield values, as specific yield is nothing but the easily availability or easily supply of the water from the aquifer. So therefore definitely it depends on the type or the various properties of the soil particle in that aquifer formation. So therefore it depends on, specific yield depends on, that is supply, easy supply of the water from the aquifer depends on the grain size. Bigger the grain size, more will be voids, more will be pores, more will be specific yield. Finer the grain size, lesser will be voids, more will be compacted soil mass, more lesser will be pores. So therefore, lesser will be the capacity of the aquifer as well as lesser will be the supply of water or transmission of the water or the permeability. So it depends on the grain size. It depends on the shape of the particle. Distribution of pores means how the pores or the voids are distributed over the aquifer mass, and the compaction of the formation. Very simple. So all the properties are related to the grains or the soil particles, their size, their density, their shape, and the distribution of the voids, compaction or consolidation of the formation. Okay. So on this specific yield depends. Specific yield, therefore, of the fine-grained aquifers will be small. If the aquifers are made up of the fine-grained material, then the specific yield, that is supply of water, will be less. While the coarse-grained material will have high specific yield. Air is stable. The specific yield percentages with reference to volume of the aquifer for the various soil material, clay, mixed sand, gravel and sand, sandstone, shale, limestone, etc. So you can see coarser the material, more will be the specific yield. Finer the material, lesser will be the specific yield. Or in some stone patch where the rock is there, hard rock, there the specific yield may be less. लेकिन उसमें क्रैक्स फॉल्ट्स वगैरह रहते हैं तो स्पेसिफिक यील्ड ज्यादा रहेगी, है ना. बहुत बार हमने देखा है ना, ये एखादे बार एखादे कुएं को पत्थर लग जाता है, अपन बोलते हैं कुआं खोदते वक्त अरे काला पत्थर लग गया, खोदने को तकलीफ जाती है, लेकिन उसमें कहीं एखादा क्रैक आ जाता है. अभी हम जियोलॉजी और इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ रहे हैं तो हमको और अच्छे से समझेगा. तो उसमें से हमको जरा लग जाता है. ये जरा ने रहे, जरा यानी और रहता क्या है, it is the source of the water from the aquifer, maybe a confined aquifer, मे बी अनकन्फाइंड एक्वीफर, और अनकन्फाइंड एक्वीफर में से यदि क्रैक में से पानी आ गया, वो क्रैक से स्टोन के, तो हम बोलते हैं ये जो हमारा कुआं है, ये जो वेल है, इसका तो पानी कभी खत्म ही नहीं होता है। बोलते है, आपने देखा होगा आपके खेतों में होगा, 24 घंटे पंप चालू रखो बोलते, खेती को पूरा 24 घंटे पानी दो, इसका पानी खत्म नहीं होता। जादू से थोड़ी आता है पानी। Water comes from all these strata. Okay, so when the material is drained, now we are moving to the third definition, that is the specific retention. So what will happen now? If whether the water from the aquifer or whether the aquifer gets drained 100%, एखादे एक्वीफर में पानी है और उसमें से यदि हम पानी निकाल रहे हैं बाय एनी मीन्स, बाय द वेल्स और बाय द पंप, बाय एनी मीन्स यदि हम पानी निकाल रहे हैं, तो क्या पूरा के पूरा पानी उसमें से निकल जाता है? क्या नहीं निकल जाता है, क्योंकि कुछ पानी जो है, सम वाटर गेट्स अटैच्ड टू द सॉइल पार्टिकल ड्यू टू द एडिशन ऑफ द सॉइल पार्टिकल एंड द वाटर, as well as some water is held into the small pores of the soil particles due to the capillary action. है ना, आपने पढ़ा है कैपिलरी टेंशन, कैपिलरी एक्शन वगैरह, है ना, सरफेस टेंशन, यू मस्ट हैव लर्नड इन योर फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स जस्ट नाउ। आप पढ़ रहे होगे अभी कैपिलरी टेंशन, सरफेस टेंशन, कैपिलरी एक्शन। So 100% of the water which is available into the voids or the pores of the aquifer formation does not get drained away from the aquifer formation, but some water retains or some water remains into the soil pores or get attached to the soil pores. So therefore what we can say, that the volume of the drained water will never be equal to volume of the pore spaces, and the volume of the drained water we have always denoted by the Wi, and volume of the voids or the pores is denoted by Vv. So we can easily conclude that Wi is always less than Vv, or the volume or that volume of that water that can be easily drained out is always less than volume of the voids. Hence the specific yield is always less than porosity. Very important statement we have made, because specific yield is the ratio of Wi upon volume of the aquifer mass, capital V, specific yield, and the porosity N is equal to volume of the voids divided by the total volume of the aquifer. So from this we can write down that the specific yield is always less than porosity. एग्जाम में पूछ सकते हैं कि भाई explain the following. Specific yield is always less than porosity. Please explain. So you should be able to explain. नहीं तो हमारे सब आंसर बहुत होशियार है, हम बोलते हैं सर आपने तो पढ़ाया ही नहीं, है ना। एखादी चीज हम खुद तो पढ़ते ही नहीं है और बाद में इमीडिएट हमारे रिप्लाईज ऐसे रहते हैं, आखिरी में बात करते हैं। नाउ वी विल बी ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड इन कंटिन्यूएशन टू दिस स्पेसिफिक रिटेंशन. इट इज डिनोटेड बाय SR. जस्ट नाउ आई मेड द स्टेटमेंट that 100% of the water which is available into the pores of the aquifer cannot be drained out. एक्वीफर के पोर्स में, क्योंकि एक्वीफर सॉइल से बना रहता है, तो सॉइल के पोर में जितना पानी है एक्वीफर के, वो पूरा के पूरा पानी हम ड्रेन आउट नहीं कर से निकाल नहीं सकते करके मैंने आपको अभी बोला। और कुछ ना कुछ पानी जो है वो पानी वो एक्वीफर में बचा रहता है। कहाँ रहता है वो पानी? वो पानी रहता है एक तो सॉइल पार्टिकल को चिपक के रहता है। क्यों रहता है? क्योंकि सॉइल पार्टिकल और पानी में फोर्स ऑफ एडिशन रहता है। और कहाँ रहता है पानी? तो वो सॉइल जो पार्टिकल है उसमें कुछ पोर्स है, बहुत बारीक पोर्स है, बहुत छोटे छोटे पोर्स है, मैक्रो पोर है, उसमें से ड्रेनिंग नहीं होता पानी, उसमें पानी हेल्ड करके रखा जाता है, पकड़ के रखा जाता है। क्यों पकड़ के रखा जाता है? ड्यू टू द कैपिलरी एक्शन, ड्यू टू द कैपिलरी टेंशन, या ड्यू टू सरफेस टेंशन, है ना, हमने पढ़ा है सब ये। सिर्फ ये क्यों होता है, ये लॉजिक हमें समझना चाहिए। सो देयरफॉर सम वाटर इज रिटेन्ड इनटू द aquifer formation after the water is being drained out from the aquifer either by gravity or by the pressure. Okay, so the specific retention as the name suggests, वो retention का ये रेशियो है, ये रिटेंशन का फार्मूला है। ये पहले हमने क्या देखा? पोरोसिटी, उसके बाद में देखा स्पेसिफिक यील्ड, अभी हम देख रहे हैं स्पेसिफिक रिटेंशन। इट इज द रेशियो ऑफ द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द वाटर रिटेन्ड, WR, in the material or total volume divided by total volume of the material, that is the aquifer formation when a saturated material is dewatered. Okay, when a saturated material यानी फिर से aquifer formation, हाँ। सो जब एक्वीफर फॉर्मेशन में जो भी मटेरियल है, सॉइल मटेरियल, उसमें जो पानी बचा रहता है उसमें से निकालने के बाद में, तो वो पानी का वॉल्यूम जो है उसको हम बोलेंगे वॉल्यूम ऑफ द वाटर रिटेन, WR, इन द एक्वीफर डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल वॉल्यूम ऑफ द एक्वीफर। कब? when the saturated material is dewatered, when the aquifer is saturated and its water is taken out, is called as the specific retention. So specific retention is denoted by WR upon V. WR is the volume of the water that has been retained into the aquifer formation, and the V is the volume of the total aquifer formation. Okay, inclusive of the volume of the voids plus volume of the soil particle. Capital V is equal to volume of the voids plus volume of the soil particle. WR is the water retained. So can we say that the volume of the voids is equal to the WY, water yield, volume of the water that has been taken out? Listen very carefully. Volume of the voids, VV, is equal to WY plus WR. Yes, we can very easily say. It is asked in exam number of times. This line is very important. Since WR and WY, that is the volume of the water that has been retained into aquifer, and WI is volume of the water that has been taken out from the aquifer, yield together constitute the total volume of the water, that is the volume of the voids, which is nothing but the total pore space. So WR plus WI is the total volume of the water into the pores, and which is nothing but the volume of the pore space or volume of the voids. So we can say that WR plus WI is equal to volume of the voids. So therefore, specific retention, therefore what we can conclude, that the specific retention, that is SR, and the specific yield, that is SY, are complementary quantities to each other, whose sum represents porosity of the aquifer. ये एग्जाम में इसको प्रूव करने को आता है, ऐसा प्रूव करना कोई यही है जो हमने लिखा है वही है. It has been asked in exam number of times that prove that porosity is equal to specific yield plus the specific retention. So you have to prove in this way. You have to write down all these things and you have to say that porosity is equal to SR plus SY, which is equal to WY upon V, that is the water yielded, water transpired, water taken out, divided by total volume of the aquifer, SY, WY upon V, plus SR, which is equal to WR upon V, as denominator is common. So therefore we can write down Wi plus WR upon V. Wi plus WR is equal to volume of the voids. So therefore volume of the voids upon volume, total volume of the aquifer is nothing but N. Okay, so we can start from this, that SR plus SY, when we prove into the exam, how should we start? We should start, because we have been asked that prove that specific retention, summation of the specific retention and specific yield is equal to porosity N. So we should start that SR plus SY is equal to WY upon V plus WR upon V. You have to not only write this formula, you have to explain all the details of the symbol. What is SR, what is SY, what is WI, what is V, what is WR, what is V. Then as the denominators are same, therefore WI plus WR upon V, which is equal to volume of WI plus WR is equal to V, volume of voids. Therefore volume of voids upon total volume. Therefore this is nothing but the porosity. So therefore it is proved that SR plus SY is equal to N, or summation of the specific retention and specific yield is nothing but the porosity. Very important. Friends, we will be coming to the next parameter of the aquifer. Maybe a confined aquifer, maybe a unconfined aquifer. Very important to understand. Initially bit difficult, but not difficult, bit, but easy to understand, and its application is again there in the numericals. Storage coefficient, okay, it is denoted by storativity. अभी तक के हमने तीन कौन से देखा? अभी तक के देखा पोरोसिटी, स्पेसिफिक यील्ड, स्पेसिफिक रिटेंशन, and we have tried to understand that the porosity N is equal to SR plus SY. We proved that. So three symbols are there in our mind: N, SR, SY. Now we are moving to the next, that is the storage coefficient और storativity S, है ना? एग्जाम में पूछते हैं, मैं बार बार आपको बोल रहा हूँ, यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट, और समझ लेना चाहिए. बहुत इजी है. पहले मैं ऐसे समझा देता हूँ, फिर आपको वो डेफिनेशन से माध्यम से समझाता हूँ. एखादे एक्विफर में से, है ना, मे बी ए अनकन्फाइंड एक्विफर, यहाँ पे राइट साइड में बताया है अनकन्फाइंड एक्विफर है, तो इसलिए इसका जो टॉप है वो वाटर टेबल है, ठीक है, और इसका बॉटम जो है वो इम्परमिएबल स्ट्राटा है, हार्ड रॉक वगैरह है. कौन सा भी इम्परमिएबल स्ट्राटा है जिसमें से पानी परकोलेट नहीं होता है, इसलिए तो पानी ऊपर में जमा होता है इस वाटर टेबल के माध्यम से. तो इसलिए इसको हम, इसमें जो भी वेल या एक्विफर रहेगा, ये इसमें समझो हमने वेल एक्सकवेट किया, ठीक है, तो उसमें जो पानी रहेगा तो उसको हम बोलेंगे कि वेल इनटू अनकन्फाइंड एक्विफर. और कन्फाइंड एक्विफर में जो भी टॉप वाटर लेवल जो दिखाता है वो उसको क्या बोलते हैं हम? पिज़ोमेट्रिक सरफेस, है ना, बिकॉज देयर इज ए प्रेशर हेड. तो इसमें वाटर टेबल नहीं रहता है कभी, क्योंकि ये पूरे पोर्स पानी से भरे हुए रहते हैं, है ना, आपको दिख रहा होगा आपके इसमें. सो व्हाट इज द स्टोरेज कोएफिशिएंट देन? if we take out the water, if we take out the water from the either confined aquifer or from the unconfined aquifer, okay, the quantity, first I will try to explain you the regarding the taking out water from the aquifer. So the quantity of the water that has been taken out either from the confined aquifer or unconfined aquifer, okay, please listen very carefully. What is storage coefficient or storativity? It is the quantity of water that has been taken out from the confined or unconfined aquifer per unit surface area, ठीक है, पर यूनिट, यानी कोई भी 1 मीटर बाय 1 मीटर का एरिया होगा तो उसमें से जितना पानी निकाल लिया कन्फाइंड एक्विफर या अनकन्फाइंड एक्विफर से, विथ पर यूनिट ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर, यानी 1 यूनिट स्क्वायर मीटर, 1 स्क्वायर मीटर बोलो, पर यूनिट एरिया में से पानी निकाला, लेकिन कितना? पर यूनिट डेप्थ, 1 मीटर डेप्थ, यानी कितना वॉल्यूम हो गया? तो वो एरिया, यूनिट एरिया मल्टीप्लाइड बाय डेप्थ. ओके, so that quantity of water is called as the storage coefficient or storativity. Again I will repeat, storativity or storage coefficient can be explained, definition we will read out, can be explained as the quantity of water that has been removed, that has been released either from the confined or the unconfined aquifer through the unit surface area by dropping the unit depth of the water. Okay, by dropping the unit depth of water. Now in case of the confined aquifer, that drop of water is measured by the piezometric surface. यानी piezometric surface यदि 1 मीटर से कम होता है और 1 स्क्वायर मीटर एरिया से जितना पानी निकालेंगे हम, जितना पानी वो देगा, उसको बोलेंगे स्टोरेज कोएफिशिएंट. And with reference to the unconfined aquifer, we can say water table जब 1 मीटर से कम होता है, या यूनिट 1 मीटर, 1 सेंटीमीटर, 1 मिलीमीटर, जो भी एरिया जिस इस डायमेंशन से लेते हैं वो डायमेंशन से डेप्थ. तो वाटर टेबल यदि 1 मीटर से कम होता है तो क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर दैट विल बी टेकन आउट फ्रॉम द अनकन्फाइंड एक्वीफर by dropping the water table by 1 meter through 1 square meter area of the aquifer is called as the storage coefficient or storativity. This I told you in respect of the water taken out. ठीक है, ऐसे ही उसको यदि रिचार्ज किया हमने कहीं से तो भी, बाहर से रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग से या कहीं से तो भी पानी उसमें ऐड किया, तो यही डेफिनेशन उसको भी लागू है कि the increase in the piezometric surface or the water table of the confined or the unconfined aquifer by putting or by adding a water into these aquifers through the unit area by a depth of 1 meter, then that is also called as the storage coefficient or storativity. Means taking out water or adding the water, both are the same, but with respect to the unit square area and with respect to the unit depth. Now we will move on to the exact definition. Storage coefficient or storativity is the volume of the water that an aquifer releases or taken out from or takes, जो दूसरा मैंने बताया, or takes, or can be input or can be inserted. So therefore it is the volume of water that an aquifer releases from or takes into storage per unit surface area of the aquifer, per unit drop of water table in case of the unconfined aquifer, क्योंकि water table बोला है हमने, and per unit drop of the piezometric surface in case of a confined aquifer. This storage coefficient, which is denoted by S, is calculated by a mathematical formula. S is equal to N into YW, or the gamma W you can say, into B into beta plus alpha by N, where this gamma W is nothing but the unit weight or density of the water. B is the thickness of the aquifer. Beta is the compressibility or the reciprocal of bulk modulus of elasticity of water. It is again constant, 4.7 into 10 raised to minus 6 centimeter square per kilogram. And alpha is the vertical compressibility of aquifer material, which is approximately 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter square per kg, because it depends on the material. But approximately for average of all maximum material of the aquifer, permeable material, 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeters per kg. So this is the formula for the storage coefficient. Again, the same with reference to confined aquifer, with reference to unconfined aquifer. So this is the unit cross-sectional area. This is the unit depth, unit decline or decrease in the depth. So this total volume, that is the area multiplied by depth. We all know that area into depth gives the volume. With reference to water table, with reference to unconfined aquifer, is the storage coefficient or storativity, denoted by S. And with reference to confined aquifer, as its water table, we don't say water table, but just trying to bring the similarity. For confined aquifer, we don't say water table, but we say prismatic surface. When this prismatic surface drops by unit depth through the unit cross-sectional area, then that is called as the storage coefficient or storativity. In the same way, from this to this, if we add the water, the quantity of water that has been added by unit meter depth through the unit cross-sectional area, then again it is also called as storativity. Again, in reverse also, here also we can say that quantity of water that has been added through the unit cross-sectional area through the unit depth is called as the storativity. Storage coefficient of a confined aquifer will be very small. It is in the range of 0.0005 to 0.005, indicating that large pressure changes over extensive areas are required to produce substantial water yields. क्योंकि confined aquifer में बहुत प्रेशर रहता है, तो इसलिए उसका स्टोरेज कोएफिशिएंट काफी कम रहता है. और जो अनकन्फाइंड एक्वीफर है उसमें एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर रहता है, तो उसका स्टोरेज कोएफिशिएंट हरदम ज्यादा रहता है, 0.01 to 0.03. ओके, दीज आर द टू वैल्यूज. सो वी विल टेक द ब्रेक. ये न्यूमेरिकल है, आप स्क्रीनशॉट लेना चाहते ले सकते हैं, आपके नोट्स में भी होंगे. सो वी विल सी दीज न्यूमेरिकल्स नेक्स्ट टाइम.